السلام عليكم، ازيكم حضرات؟ عاملين ايه؟ كل سنه وانتم طيبين ورمضان كريم علينا وعليكم. طبعا يا جماعه المغرب هنا اصبحت يا جماعه حدث العالم كله بيتكلم عنه، ويمكن كمان يا جماعه بالاخص الوطن العربي، السياح اللي بينزلوا
المغرب. طبعا يا بسنة، هو الفيديو بتاعنا النهارده هيتكلم عن العنصريه يا بسنة. طبعا هي المغرب بتستقبل السياح. العنوان من الفيديو ده بيوضح يعني هم بيعاملوا اللي هم اوروبا زي ما بيعاملوا الافارقه اللي هم السود والبيض ولا لا؟ هم هل المغرب اصلا بطبيعته عنصري ولا لا يا بسيون؟
تمام. فطبعا ده التقرير اللي معانا النهارده، ونشوف الاعلام كله اتكلم وقال لك يعني ايه ان المغرب بيبقى عندها تفرقه عنصريه، ان هي ما تستقبلش السياح الافارقه اللي هم طبعا يا جماعه بشرتهم السمراء، وتستقبل اوروبيين عادي. فطبعا انا من واقع يعني الكلام، ومن واقع يعني عشرتنا مع المغاربه، وان احنا طبعا بنتكلم. انا شايف ان مفيش الكلام ده طبعا.
وبعدين الاحسن في حاجه في الفيديو ده اللي انت هتسمع الكلام دوت من صاحب طبعا هي معانا
فتاه معانا فتاه النهارده يا جماعه، هي اللي هتكشف الحقيقه ان فعلا في
عنصريه ولا لا،
تفرقه عنصريه في المغرب ولا لا، واستقبلوها ازاي. وللعلم يا جماعه ان الفتاه اللي معانا دي بشرتها سمراء اللون ومن افريقيا، وعلشان كده هي اللي حابه تطلع تكشف بعض الكلام اللي الناس بتقوله. ماشي، بس احنا طبعا هندخل مع بعض على الفيديو ونسيب الحكم لكم علشان نسمع كلها التقرير مع بعض ونشوف هتقول ايه على المغرب. ماشي يا حضرات، بس ما تنسوش دعمونا باللايك واشتراك في القناه، ويلا بينا نشاهد الفيديو.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. I recently saw a video of a guy and this lady. They were speaking about the negative travel to Morocco and what they experience. And I'm not downplaying it because I've been through it myself. The thing is, with the tourism industry, it's automatically thought of that these people have money to spend because being a tourist, being able to tour different countries is a luxury experience. So of course you will have these handful of people being slightly scummy and trying to, take advantage of you as a tourist. But I just want to shine light on my positive experiencing the Moroccan people, the Muslim culture and everything like that, actually living among them. And I want to shine a positive light on these people because, alhamdulillah, these are beautiful people. In all honesty, the only negative thing for me living in Morocco is that my family isn't here. So I'm actively giving dawah for them to come over here. So make dua that they come and join me. I want to start off and say firstly that if you are new to a country, it helps that you learn their language and try to speak it with them. And also help if you can have a local friend with you to help give you guidance on how to navigate the country. And after a whole year, we finally met a really good guy. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless him and his family. Now we kind of get a bit more information as we're living, and it's just gotten a lot easier. So although I have all these bad experiences, I think I had way more good experiences living here. So I don't want to dwell on the negative today. I want to shine light on my beautiful people here, my beautiful Muslim brothers and sisters. So let's just get right into this video. So the first thing I want to speak of is their generosity. The Moroccan generosity is unmatched. I believe maybe because of the Islamic teaching behind of it. But I think it has a lot to do with the culture and what was, what the traditions that was taught down and down and down for different generations. For example, you will always have this young boy willing to take your groceries up the stairs. One time in my last apartment, I was on the 4th floor. I went to the grocery store and the elevator was broken. First time I saw the guy, and he grabbed my bags for me. He took them all the way up to my door. May Allah bless him. That was so sweet of him. That really took a lot off my shoulders. I was gonna call my husband to come and get the bag, but I didn't even need to because this gentleman took it upon himself to take my grocery bag to my store. And another thing that happened to me was after the prayer on Jummah, I was waiting outside the masjid with my babies, waiting for my husband to come out. And then all of a sudden this man came up to me and he had his hand out and I was wondering what is he doing, and then I just like put my hand up to see what he needed, and he dropped some dirhams in my hand. So I will always tell my husband, like, I can make money easily. All I have to do is go stand up in a masjid, because there will always be someone willing to give you something. There's one sister as well. She was asking for help, and even though she was, you know, the hand underneath, she was willing to, you know, hand over her candy to my son. But I told him to give it back because it's bubble gum, and that's something that I don't do in my home. But the thing is, she was willing to give him some gum, even though she was in need of food herself. And another thing that really stuck with me was there was this market guy, and we went to the market exploring our neighborhood, just getting to know it. And we went with our kids to the market for a stroll and to get some things. And the first thing this market guy did was ask my children what's their name. And then they gave them bananas. And then he will let them eat strawberries as much as they want, and just keep feeding them fruits and fruits and fruits. Feeding them fruits. Okay, I got distracted. And that's something that I didn't need to pay for. So of course, I did my crazy shopping at his stall just for his generosity. And it wasn't like a one-time secluded experience. Every time we go back to the market, he will call out to my son and to my daughter and tell them, come, give them an apple, give them an orange, a banana, fruits, so just keep feeding them. So yeah, the generosity is unmatched. So another quality I want to speak on is that they're very trusting. And there's some people that you can also trust. For example, the delivery service guy for Domino's. Let's just do this because, yeah. Anyway, so the delivery guy for Domino's. I have my credit card and I was going to pay for my pizza with my card. And he didn't bring the machine. So what he did was tell us to keep the pizza. He's going to come back later. And then we can pay for it then. So he willingly let us keep the pizza, not knowing if we will open the door for him when he comes back or not. But at the same time, he knew where we live, but that's not the point. He let us keep the pizza and eat it. And then he came back later for his payment, which is ridiculous because that would never happen in America. That would never happen, I don't know. You know, when you go to the store, you buy what you need and you leave. But he left us with our pizza without paying, which is crazy to me. Speaking about stores, there have been many times that we shopped at the small grocers. And if we didn't have enough cash on us, they would let us go over the items and trust that we will come back and pay for our groceries. And it was with any random small business, they always had this trust that, okay, if I give you this thing, you're going to come back and pay for it. So like most times when people hear about no stealing is happening, like in Saudi Arabia because of the loss that they had, it's the same thing here in Morocco. There was this brother that we knew. He was a little on the humble side, and he had a little his store that he used to make his daily money for his daily food and whatever. And he would leave all of his things that he wanted to sell on this little cardboard box thingy, as well as his phone. And he would go anywhere he needed to go. Whenever he had to do something, he would just leave it. And he would always come back to everything being in its spot. His phone being in its spot and stuff like that. So yeah, they trust here a lot. There's little to no crime here. Yes, you will have these one-off situations, but in general, Morocco is a very peaceful country. The crime rate is pretty low, and everyone is a Muslim. Well, majority of the country is Muslim, which makes it easier for me to stay here with my family and raise my kids. Another thing is that these people are very helpful. Moroccan people are very helpful. So like whenever we're going traveling and whenever me and my husband will go traveling with our kids, people will immediately see that we have little children with us and want to take our bags or take the stroller and help us wherever we have to go. like in the train stations when there's like a whole bunch of stairs to go down with little kids. They will help make the job easier by... What is that? That's a very loud cat. Might be hungry. I don't know. Anyways, come on, cat. Please. Please, cat. I don't think the cat will be quiet, so I'm going to try to make this quick, and I hope that you guys can hear me over the screaming kitty. Anyways, they're very helpful. They will always help us with the kids. Whenever I'm traveling by myself and with my kids, the taxi driver will go and make sure that my stroller is up and ready for the kids to come out. He will wait until I buckle them in and then take off. They will always make sure that, you know, you're set before you go. And I think the Moroccan people have a strong love for kids in general, which is nice if you have a family to come and stay where they love kids, because it will make your life a lot easier. I'm just saying. They're helpful and they love to share. One time we was eating at like this small little tagine place, and there was some police officers there, and they were sitting down having lunch in their whole uniform. So that's how I know they were police officers. And Ismail, as we was waiting for our food, Ismail went to the table and say hello to the police. They poured him a glass of their juice, gave it to him, would break the bread, dip it in their sauce and feed my son. And I'm like, this would never happen in anywhere that I know of. Strangers feeding my kids, which is crazy for both of us, because, you know, like, stranger danger. But it's crazy here how much of a family-oriented, family environment that you get when you come to Morocco. Also, last thing I want to say is that with regards to kids and how much they love on each other, I never in my life thought I was going to put my kid in school, but then I put Ismail in school. So what made it happen? What changed my mind? Let's just say my experience in America. One time, I had a babysitting gig, and I went with a group of other babysitters because they had like some kind of convention at a hotel somewhere. I don't remember exactly, but I was one of the babysitters to go and help watch the kids and make a quick coin. Anyways, the thing is, you see a lot of neglect in those situations, like people don't care enough, which kind of broke my heart because I'm new and I didn't want to do something illegal in America and like overstep my boundaries when it comes to people's kids. But it really broke my heart to see like crying little kids, crying babies, 1, 2-year-olds, and no one is doing anything about it, which kind of, including myself, which kind of broke me in a way. And I came home and I told my husband about it, and I said, this is why I can't let my kids go anywhere, because no one's gonna love them as much as I do. But then we went to check out this school right next to us, and all the teachers that passed by would blow them kisses, try to hug them and touch them and pet on them, and, you know, just be really sweet and make my heart at ease. Like, if I send my kids here, these people are gonna really keep an eye out for them. And that's exactly what I did, because they have a sense of love, and that's all I want for my kids. Someone to love on them really good and appropriately, but yeah, just to take care of them as I would myself, which made it super easy. And the fact that Ismail always wants to go to school. One time he came home and he asked me if he can paint a picture for his teacher, and I asked him why, and he said because he wanted to create love for her, which is incredible. My son loves his teacher, which is awesome. So yeah, if you have a family, come to Morocco. Don't let these random tourists that hit a place for like a week, maybe a few days, put Morocco in this bubble. You actually have to live with people, meet people, connect, spend some time with them to actually give them a proper judgment and give the country a proper assessment. Morocco is a gorgeous country. beautiful people, Muslim brothers and sisters, and I love it here. I'm just gonna continue to actively recruit my family here, so I hope that's okay with all Moroccans if I bring more people here, some foreigners. But yeah, that's it from my experience here in Morocco. Like I said, I had some negative ones. Maybe I speak about it another day, but I don't think it's productive to dwell on the bad things, the bad experiences. Get to make a friend, get on the ground and actually integrate with people, and you will see how easy it will be trying to live with strangers in their country. So yeah, if you want to see why I actually chose to move to Morocco, here's a video that I made.
طبعا يا جماعه احنا كده وصلنا لنهايه الفيديو اللي معانا النهارده، ونتمنى الفيديو يكون نال اعجاب حضراتكم. بس يا ريت يا جماعه ما تبخلوش علينا باللايك واشتراك في القناه، والسلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.